Welcome back everyone, it's Meridy here and I'm here today with our fourth process video using the Urban Edge Limitless and Essentials Kit, and I've just mixed both my kits together here for today's video. First of all, I have all my little bits and bobs that came in this month's kit and some of the acrylic add-ons and whatnot in here. Just my little organizer so that I've got them right close at hand. I've got some Not Just for Boys stamp sets. I've got my alphabet thickers, which I am going to pull out because I do think that I want to use those in today's layout. I've got some of my mixed media here. I've got the rest of my mixed media just within arm's reach right over there, including the mist that came in this month's kit, which I really want to use on this layout. Okay, so I've got my color swatch here that I made in my unboxing video. If you're interested in that, you can check out the unboxing video. I've got my little faux journaling strips. These are going to represent where I put my journaling strips at the end, because I'll journal on my pages not on camera, but I'll show you where I plan on putting my journaling on the finished layout. And then I've got two pictures here from Thanksgiving Day. Of course, we just switched places. Instead of getting the tripod out, I wish I would have just got the tripod out and taken one picture, but my mom's in one and I'm in the other, so we're gonna put them both up on the page. And then I pulled out a few things that I really want to use on this page. There's a lot of denim and blue in my pictures and a lot of orange, so I really liked this like cabinet, rusted out cabinet piece of die cut. And this tag, I really love these little pumpkin patches. I want to use one of those since this is Thanksgiving dinner, and a little label. So those are the things that I for sure want to include. And then of course I can come back in to all of these things over here and pull more out from my little organizing bin. I've got a bunch of branding strips here. Let's see. I'm just gonna cut the little pieces off of this one branding strip. I won't even save those. Okay, so I've got a few branding strips here. I've got this Happy Birthday, You're a True Friend and Happy Birthday. I probably will not use this on this page since it is Thanksgiving themed, and those are birthday and friend themed. Okay, those are my tiny scraps that I've got that I can turn to. And then I didn't even pull out any of these die cuts. These are the fall die cuts that came in the kit because I think like all of them work for these pictures, so I couldn't even narrow it down. So I will go through all of these to put floral or leaves and pumpkins and whatnot die cuts on my layout. I've got this piece of gray paper that I can use to map pictures or whatever. It meshes really well with all of these things, so I kind of like that color in there. I've got this paper, which also really goes well with all of these patterns and colors. I probably will not use the tigers, and none of these are really We Are Better Together, but it kind of doesn't make sense for this picture, so I will save this for another layout. This is really awesome and rustic and would look really great with these pictures, but I think I've just got so many other things going on here that I don't think I need this one either. I've just got a scrap of white that I had, white cardstock that I pulled out of my stash. Okay, I've got my Photo Play wingman stickers, and again, I don't think these really go with these pictures of Thanksgiving because they don't match these pictures, so I don't think I need any of those. I love these. I love Today, Best, the very best of everything. I think I could put a title like We Are Thankful Today, or Give Thanks Today. I kind of like this little today with these letters because this is just too big with two pictures and all these embellishments. I think this one is too big, but I like this little one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. And then I'm going to put these back in the bag because I don't want them to get ruined. Alrighty, and then of course I have all of my fall stickers. These look really great with the Thanksgiving pictures. They're definitely the Thanksgiving vibe here. So I will keep these close at hand. So I think I do want to grab a white piece of cardstock to be the base of my layout. And when I have two 4x6 photos like this, they can't really be cropped, because if I crop them any more this way, I'll cut people out, and if I crop them down, I'll cut the pretty tablescape out. So I'm going to leave them as 4x6 pictures. And I mean, there's only so many configurations you can do with 4x6 pictures on a page. I could put them both across the page like this, and that kind of looks nice, or I could stack them. I feel like I always stack them though. So I think I'm going to try putting them both across the page for now at least. And I'm just really gonna build up embellishment clusters above and below. And I kind of want it to look like it's like my embellishments are like a waterfall down this side of the page, I think. So I'm gonna start with the bigger pieces. And I'm gonna just use these as like layering chunks, not necessarily because I need this to look like a rusted storage cabinet. And then I want to put pattern paper underneath too. I'm not just doing this on a white background. So I wonder how a little of this will look. Maybe even all the way to the top. That could look pretty nice, just taking up that whole top section right there, and add a little color up there. And maybe just part, oh, there's also wood grain on this side, but I kind of like the tone on tone dots better. Let me see what this looks like if I tuck it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I might do something like this. So I'm going to start by cutting this much off of this paper, which is 2.5 inches. So I'm just gonna cut 2.5 inches off of the 12-inch side of this paper. So now this paper is going to be 2.5 inches by 12 inches long. Okay, and this is going to go up here. And then I want to cut a little piece of this, but I don't need, you know, this whole. I'm just gonna cut this much. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 3.5 inches off the bottom. So this piece is 8 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. And it's gonna wedge under there. And then I wonder if a little bit of this sticking out of the top would look nice. So it kind of gives the whole layout like a little frame right there. I think that looks nice. I'm gonna cut 1.5 inches off the top. Nope, 2 inches. So now this paper is 8 inches wide by 2 inches tall. If I want to move everything down a little, I kind of like it like that. I wonder if I could put this whole entire layout on a different color background instead of white. I don't think I like it. I just love white paper. But I think a dark wood grain or something would look really nice. Let's see what else I have in this kit. I'm not gonna put it on an airplane piece of paper, but I'm using this to see how I like it better on a color instead of on white. I definitely prefer this on the white paper. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the orange Distress Oxide ink to put on the background here for a little bit of mixed media, I think. That's a good idea. That's like a happy middle point. So I've got all of this. I'm gonna use some Distress Oxide. I kind of want to even use it over the gray. Okay, let me get these back pieces of paper adhered down. I'm not going to adhere down my pictures quite yet, but I am gonna get this background adhered down. And I think I need to decide if I'm even gonna matte my pictures or if I'm just gonna leave them like that. Or do they look better matted on white? Nope, I think I'm just gonna butt my pictures up right next to each other. Okay, next, I'm gonna get the all of these the gray background paper adhered down, and I will be right back. Okay, I know my pictures are gonna go there. I do know that I have embellishments and tags coming and other things. I am going to turn to my mist right now and add a little bit of mixed media, just like right over the top of all of this. I'm a little nervous to try this because this paper is a little different finish than this one and then this one. It's just a tiny bit smoother. I don't know how to explain it. I think I said it best the other day when I said it's like luster. It's not matte, it's not glossy, it's like luster. I think I'm going to try to do this with the packaging method, so I'm going to get a little piece of old packaging and shake this up really well. Right, and I'm going to spray a couple of sprays over there. I am going to add a little bit of water to it at first, just to make sure it's not too saturated. And I know this is where my pictures are going to lay up there, but I wanted to just get it on here and see how it looks. And it's looking really good to me, so good. And I'm gonna do a little bit up here, sticking off the top there. And I know I've got tags and whatnot covering a lot of this. So I'm kind of putting on a lot and spreading it out so that I do want some of it to show, you know, I don't want it to all be covered by the embellishments. And it works great over this paper. It does bead up a little bit on this paper, but I know it's gonna dry and it's gonna be great. I just wanna make sure it's not all going to be covered. So I am gonna put a little more over here. I'm gonna do one more spritz of the mist and 2 more spritzes of water. And this is all gonna be covered up, so I'm not even worried about that. And then I am gonna come in here and add a couple splatters. And I'm doing that now so I don't have to worry about doing it around my pictures later. And I'm just adding a couple to the bottom left and a couple to the top right. And remember guys, all this middle part is gonna be covered. So not a lot of what I'm doing is going to show, which I think is great. And then I'm gonna add a lot more water to this and see what happens. See if it's a little, oh it is, it's so like softer. I'm gonna add a little bit of those softer colors in here too. I don't want to risk getting too much of a mess on here, but I like it that a little is darker and a little is lighter. Let me show you what I mean. You can tell probably really good right here, even though this is going to be covered by pictures. See, I watered it down more and it's a lot lighter in some areas. So it looks like really like watercolory. I'm gonna let all this dry and I will be right back. I set this outside so it could dry, and it did. So now I'm going to replace the pictures. Now I see that I spilled a little bit right here. I'm not even sure if you can see it in the video because it's tiny. But I do plan on either covering that up or fixing it or something. But but I'm ignoring it right now in case I put an embellishment there, then it really won't matter. And once I get my pictures on here, my white background paper is a little bit wider, so I'm just gonna trim a tiny bit off the end. All right. Oop. A couple of my little splatters are a little bit wet on this gray paper, so I need to be kind of careful there. Okay. See how things are getting covered? I'm not sure where I want this yet. Now, if I do put these two in here, I'm definitely going to trim them down. I don't know which one I want to be bigger. I think I want the blue one in the front. And I'm gonna trim them down. So I can use the bottom half of this tag maybe somewhere down here. I'm not too sure. Or maybe just on another layout. That also helps me from having to try to pull up all these pictures to get the bottom part of the tag buried under them. So I like that. Now, I do kind of like this blue somewhere to just pick up a little bit more blue. Just a tiny bit under here, I think will look nice. Over there, and the rest. Okay, I think I like these little pops of blue. And I think I do really like that over there. And that covers up that mistake anyway, so now I don't even have to worry about that anymore. Okay, and then I can just bring this over to my trimmer and trim the edge of these off. And I still have got other little pieces. Oop. Lost my little blue piece under there. Okay, I think that looks nice. I really need to decide what I want my title to say. Grateful for today. Grateful is really too long. I don't want to write Thanksgiving Day. Okay, I'm gonna write giving thanks today because that's what we're doing. And giving, I'm gonna put in a stamp or something. So the only word I want to use out of these is the word thanks, which I really hope I have all the letters for. Okay, that's good. I think I might want to make it a little in the center like this, and then I can put a bunch of these fall floral pieces around. I really think this one just reminds me of Thanksgiving. I think it's because it's got all that corn in there, but I don't know that there's a good place for this big. I don't really like that on the page, so I can save it. I do like this pumpkin. I love this pumpkin. I love the long stem on it. Okay, I love it, but it looks awkward to me, so we're gonna keep on moving with different items. I like that. I like these little flowers. I love this, but again, I don't. Oh, I think I could put it peeking out this side. Okay, this bigger sunflower can go down here. It's almost the same size as this pumpkin, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Okay guys, I think I'm getting closer to what I like here. I'm gonna go down and get everything that I've got on here so far adhered, and I will come back and see what other little pieces I need to add. We still have a whole entire sticker sheet that we have not even touched yet either. So there's a lot more that we can add to this. For this, I'm gonna go ahead and trim off what's hiding, and maybe I can use the rest of this on the other side or something. Don't know yet, but I will savor it. I am not sure if this rub-on was the best idea to put right here, because I'm not even sure if it's gonna show up very well. So a note to all of you, maybe put this on a different piece of paper first so it shows up, or don't put it on this, or put it on white paper. We'll see what happens. So it hardly shows up there. I still think I'm just gonna put giving thanks. It is what it is. It's just not gonna show up there, and that's it. It shows up in real life probably better than it's showing up on camera for you, because I mean, you can see it, it's just very faint. And I don't know like what I can do now that I've already got it on the page. There's nothing that I can think of to make it pop more. So that is how it's gonna sit. I am gonna put the other half of this little label tag from down there up here, just because it balances out this little tiny embellishment. Like kind of balances out some of the stuff down there, and I like that over there. Maybe I'll add a sticker up there too or something. Okay, do I need any more? I could add a little flower possibly. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna put the rest of these die cuts back, and I'm gonna pull out my sticker sheet and see what stickers I can use. There's always something to be thankful for. Together we make a family. Family and friends gather here. I think I'm gonna put that. Somewhere, not sure where. It's kind of an afterthought down there. It's very bright compared to the rest of my layout, so I like it down there. I am gonna put these two flowers on here. I'm gonna put this little thing here, and I'm gonna have to trim off the side where it hangs off. And I'm gonna use the word gather. In there too. Okay guys, this is looking good. I think my journaling might go, it's just not gonna say too much. It's probably gonna just say Thanksgiving of 2024, because I really have a lot of pages. I have more than one page for this. So I probably will just put it somewhere in there. Oh, I forgot to write giving. So I'm gonna use my little alphabet stickers here. And I think I will do them on this pattern because it matches really well. So I'm just gonna cut off that little chunk, and then I'm gonna cut it a 1/2 inch tall. And then I'm going to do alphabet tiles. Now, I'm not gonna do this on camera because you may have seen me do it before. It's also not super difficult, but I do have a video that I will link in the description of this video where I show you exactly how to make alphabet tiles using our alphabet stamp set here from Not Just for Boys. So I will go off camera to stamp out the word giving, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm gonna come in with a black pen and just give a little outline here. So if you were inspired by today's layout that I made, whether it is to recreate this layout using your Urban Edge kits exactly how I did here, or maybe you're just inspired to pull out your Urban Edge kits and work with them, or maybe you were inspired to pull out something from your stash similar to what I used here and recreate this layout. Either way, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook group. If you love our kits, you can either shop the website directly and pick one up, or you can subscribe to our kit club and automatically get a kit every single month in the mail. I'm gonna continue this because it looks funny to me. Once a kit does sell out on the website, we do not restock it. So if you see something that you love on the website, I would suggest picking it up sooner than later because we do not restock a kit once it sells out. If you enjoyed my process video, you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as I put up about 8 process videos a month using the current month's kit here at Not Just for Boys, and we would love to have you subscribe. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna try using this little mono sand eraser because, of course, I think my little splatters were not all the way dry when I started touching my layout and trying to put it back together. I think some of these little splatters were wet, so I picked up some ink and got it around in different places. So I'm just going to erase that. I'll link these little erasers in the description of this video. They're really good to erase off of white paper. They're like sand erasers. But if you're erasing off of colored paper though, it takes the top layer of ink off. So I try not to use them for colored paper, just white paper. So, okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you back in a couple of days with my 5th process video. Bye.